Good, good morning, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of the First Segment of Las Vegas' Daily Free Winner Show, brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, Sports Memo. Third week of the new year.
It is.
Another Monday, on just another manic Monday. Excuse me, guys. Instead of paying for singing lessons or any music lessons, my father brought me to Little Italy, and I learned how to take a book at 10 years old. So having said that, guys, welcome. It is a great show. We're kicking off the week. Let me bring this good-looking cast aboard. My good friend, Jesse Schule, Dan Kaiser, Moneyline Matt. Jesse, good morning. How are you today, buddy?
I'm doing well, Joe. I'm doing well. I did have the Buffalo Bills yesterday, but good weekend nonetheless, so I'll live to talk about it another day.
Well, we're going to get into the Buffalo Bills. We're going to talk about sports. We're going to be talking about what happened this past weekend, the lines for this upcoming weekend during the show. We're talking about a lot of stuff. It's Monday. You know, we're very fluffy on Monday. Odds are, Jesse, even though he has a coffee mug, there's no coffee in it. I'm betting there's red wine in there. He's having a good time. Just kidding. By the way, guys, by wherever Jesse is. Jesse, was it about 8, 9 o'clock at night there?
It's after 11, Joe.
Oh, geez Louise. I better get my clock fixed. Jesse,
You're off by a couple hours.
Yeah, well, I've been off by a couple hours my whole life. Jesse, you're entitled to wine anyway. Pie Gal thinks so good. My good friend Dan Kaiser. Happy haircut to you, Dan.
Oh, thank you. You know, it's new time slot here on a Monday. I thought I'd do something different.
Yeah, well, I'm just glad you're wearing pants again.
Yeah,
There was that one show you filled in for one of our missing guests. No pants. He got up. We all got a surprise. Dan, we love you. But obviously, we know it was cold up in Minnesota.
This is not no pants.
Dan, how are you today? How was your weekend? Okay.
Yeah, it was all right. Football didn't go as well as I planned, but everything else seemed to fall into place. So.
Well, you're a great capper, and if you have a bad day or a bad weekend, you turn it right back around. We know that. Everybody out there knows that. Speaking about good weekends, my good buddy Moneyline Matt, how you doing today, buddy?
Good. It was a great weekend. I struggled a little bit during the week, so it was nice to bounce back. I had the Bengals, I had the 49ers, and that's my exact Super Bowl as well, which I took mid-season. So very excited about that. And you guys know how I've raved about the 49ers, and I'm ready to talk about them some more.
Good stuff, Matt. You know, I too had Bengals and Niners. You did too. We'll get into that, guys. Everybody's really, I know not everybody could win every game during the divisional round, but we're going to be getting into a few things like that. We're going to look at we're going to look at both the conference championship lines, what they are right now. Lots of stuff to talk about. You know how I start every show. Good morning, honey.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Now, it is very happy. You're on all the leaderboards over at Sports Memo again.
I am.
You're just always there. Pissing me off. It's like when I come home, you're always here.
I can fix that if you want.
Yeah. That was good. I'm going to give you that one. We had a nice weekend. We stood in this weekend.
We did.
More or less. I cooked a lot.
We cooked. We watched some football. We watched some
movies.
And
had some fun. Newsflash. This just in. The Golden Knights still suck. God, this team is bad. They're even losing to crappy teams now, guys. I'm going to tell you now. They got no muscle. They suck. That's all I want to say about that. My tickets, guys, I had a good weekend. I picked all 4 winners on the sides. Totals, I dropped a couple totals. I still stuck with the over in the snow. I'll get into Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills, because you know how I'm an advocate for saying how they suck. And they do suck. You could be a money player and you could be a fun player. Okay, they are fun players. They'll get to the postseason. They will never win. Having said that, I had all 4 sides. I did have the total over in the Bills game. Even when people said, "Hey, they're calling for snow," I didn't mind that. Matt, about a decade ago, I had my office down the hall. It wasn't in here. It was in one of the extra bedrooms. And I remember this vividly. I put out my AFC total of the year. It was a game in Foxborough. And it was a surprise blizzard that should have went one way, and it went right into Massachusetts. And people were scared. They were scared. And the total went down. I don't know how many points it went down, Matt. And I stuck to my guns. I said, for the same reason I liked it before the snowstorm, it went over in the second quarter.
Really?
I was very happy about that. But obviously, the total didn't get there for us. So anybody that followed me, but anybody that got any of my sides this weekend, we went perfect in sides. Matter of fact, 7-2. Mm-hmm. My last 9 NFL premium release sides. I'm happy about that. A couple of things I do want to talk about, guys. First of all, If you guys doubt, I mean, this is only 4 that I pulled out. The rest, the bigger ones, I'm not going to lie to you. There's a stack of tickets. That one, there's a couple that lost because of the totals. I'm not going to lie to you. But they're in my safe in the – which safe? I don't know. We got 4 safes or 3?
3.
We have 3. My father's got 1. So anyway, I think it's in the big safe in the garage. I got to look for that. But these are 4 that are still in my wallet. This is the Cincinnati Bengals. Let me do that one last. Here's the Cincinnati Bengals. Plus, I won 7,200.
Nice.
Here is Cincinnati Bengals. I won 46.75. Cincinnati Bengals won 49.05. Here's the one I want to say about Cincinnati Bengals. I won $17,505. I don't have anything. I got the $5. So if you're 17, let me see, 17, 5, 5, and 4. Well, we made a nice one. And I had a couple of other winners in there on the tickets. So I walk it like I talk. I do bet every game I put out. I'd like to talk about a couple of games this weekend. I don't want to. I know, Jesse, I know you had the Bills. This isn't, but you've been winning for so long. This over the years you've been winning. You're a perennial winner. But just this whole football season, you've done well. I am not deceived you, but guys, I have said it all season long. I think the Buffalo Bills have an enormous amount of talent. I think they're always going to get to the postseason. Not with this quarterback will they ever win. Will they ever win? Guys, he is the dumbest guy. I want to see him on Jeopardy. He will finish the final round negative points. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you what. I make the odds 6-5 pick him. Kim Kardashian beats him on Jeopardy. And it takes her an hour and a half to watch 60 minutes. She's a dummy. I'll tell you that. That's just proof you don't have to be intelligent to make money. But having said that, he is not a winner. He still makes bad decisions. Guys, I was watching social media a little bit, and they're like, well, man, it's not fair to Buffalo. It's the snow. Dude, you play in Buffalo. You're supposed to be good in the snow. I don't understand what it is. What the heck does that mean? It's the snow, man. Guys, you're the Buffalo Bills. Guys, Josh Allen is a very talented quarterback, athletically. Up here, he's been in this league since 2018. If he doesn't have the mental capacity after 5 full seasons, he ain't never going to get it. If I have to explain to you why you shouldn't wear a polka dot shirt with a plaid tie, it's too late. It's too late, guys. He will win. Understand this. Ben Roethlisberger, still one of the dumbest guys in the history of sports. He makes Lenny Dykstra look like Albert Einstein. I'll tell you that. But he had good teams around him. He always had a running game, an offensive line, a defense, a very good defense, and a running back. I want you to know, and good receivers. Always made bad decisions. You don't believe me? Check out his interception to touchdown ratio. Same thing with Bradshaw. You want to talk about a guy? The guy's a big buffoon. We were in his company 3 times. One time at the Palms, I made him put his pants on. We were eating, and he took his pants down. He was walking around the restaurant with his pants off. I said, put your pants off or learn to fly. I'm throwing you off that friggin' balcony. He went to George Maloof, remember? He said, and George says, I can't help you with Joe D'Amico. All right? Put your pants on, he said. All right, guys. Dumbest quarterbacks ever. Guys, they will not win. Look at Bradshaw. Super Bowls. I got it. Yeah. That defense, I could quarterback the team to a couple of Super Bowls. Okay? He has 2 less interceptions than touchdowns his entire career, Bradshaw. Guys, he just used to throw up bad decisions. You need to make good decisions in the postseason. Josh Allen does not have it up here. He's very famous up in upstate New York. But then again, guys, I'm a New Yorker. Guys from Buffalo and Rochester are New Yorkers. They're Canadians. No disrespect, Jesse. I ain't got nothing against Canada. It's a great place. I love it. And they're some of the nicest people. Some of my favorite people in the world, Canadians. But I will tell you, upstate New York, you're Canadians. You're not New York. Anything north of Queens is Canada. Having said that, talk about the last few days of games. Matt, any comments on the last few days of the NFL divisional round?
Hey, no, I'm 100% with you on Josh Allen. That's kind of how I looked at it going into the playoffs. That's why I was fading the Buffalo Bills coming into the playoffs, because there's just something with Josh Allen where I feel like he gets a little Jay Cutler in him at times, and he's just slinging it all over the yard. You don't know where he's going to go, the decisions he makes. And, like I said, he's got a little Cutler in him. It came out once again. The Bills kind of folded once again. And the Bengals are just one of those teams right now where they've got this swag to them. They're cocky. I like putting my faith in someone like Joe Burrow at this point in time. I really do think when he has the ball in his hands, if he needs a 2-minute drill, whatever it may be to go down and get points, he's the guy that I want the ball with. And, with Patrick Mahomes right now, I kind of have some question marks about that ankle, and him getting outside the pocket and having the ability to scramble and pick up third downs is somewhat key. And I think that if he's not able to do that in this conference championship, that it could change some things. So yeah, I'm ready to break down these games. Excited to talk about the 49ers and Eagles a little bit. And we got some good matchups coming, though.
Matt, I will say this. Patrick Mahomes, I'll give him a lot of credit, too. I give him a lot of credit. Came back on the field, got a lot of things done, I'll tell you what, the Giants just could not stop their bread and butter play, which was Kelsey over the middle. They could not stop that. They just couldn't stop it. You send your wide receivers long, take the cornerback safeties out of the equation and just throw a guy like Kelsey over the middle, who just amazing. I will tell you this. Going into the game, Josh Allen looked like he was constipated. He had a look on his face. No, he had a look on his face. He's so serious. Looked at Joe Burrow. He's practicing. I'm not saying he was goofing around. He didn't take it lightly, but he was looser. Even look at, now I know you're going to talk about the Niners later, but I looked at George Kittle make those faces to the camera. George Kittle was having a good time. Now, I'm not saying it's a joke, guys, but to a lot of these guys, it was a looser atmosphere. The pressure isn't so built up on them. And I will tell you this. I see a lot less pressure on Joe Burrow. And, guys, if you're worried about Joe Burrow, guys, I want you to know, last year they made it to the big game. They lost. They're supposed to have a hangover, finish maybe 500 this year. They finished very well. They finished the season with momentum. But if you're worried about him winning, 15-0 at LSU a few years ago, guys, that's no small task, especially in that conference that he was in. The line's up this week. Let me talk to Dan Kaiser. Dan, we got San Fran, Philly, 2.5. Philly at home, 2.5, 45. That's as of this show. Kansas City won 47.5. Now, last night I saw Kansas City with 1.5. So, knee jerk tells you take the dogs. A lot of people out there are favorite bettors. Most of the general public are going to be betting favorites. They got that home field, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Dan, any comments on this upcoming the conference matchup?
It's a lot. I think a lot's going to depend on Mahomes' ankle and how mobile he is. But I had San Francisco last weekend against Dallas, and I'm still waiting for the Brock Purdy show to come to that last draft pick crashing end finale here, and I just don't know when it's going to happen. So I had him last week, and it made me a little doubt, a little nervous, and we'll see. He's played great, but at some point, usually.
I got a question for you guys.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Anybody know when the last time a rookie won the Super Bowl was?
One did win one.
Anybody know when the last time a rookie went to the Super Bowl?
Yes, Ben Roethlisberger with the Steelers.
No. I read it the other day. Who was it, Jesse?
Nobody. Never happened. If Brock Purdy makes the if the Niners win, it'll be the first time a rookie starts in the Super Bowl.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, that is exciting. We keep hearing rookie. Matt and I talked last week on a couple of shows. You don't realize that he's got good talent. He's got Kittle, he's got Ayuk, he's got Samuel. They got not a pretty good. They got a damn good defense. They got a good special teams unit. And once again, I understand rookie, but we haven't talked anything about the Philadelphia Eagles yet in the show. Everybody talked about one of the other teams, Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts is playing some pretty good football. The team overall, but then again, facing the New York Giants, you might be a little overconfident coming into the conference championship. And now facing the San Francisco 49ers. Jesse, you take that one. Tell me about that.
Well, I see 70% of the public money is on Philly, and I can't wrap my head around why people would want to fade the NFL's number one ranked defense. It's not something that I'm interested in doing. I haven't decided on a side in that game yet. I'll probably play the total instead. But, we talk about a rookie quarterback and we talk about Jalen Hurts as an MVP candidate, but I think Hurts benefits from the Philadelphia offensive line, running game, the talent that's surrounding him. I'm not sure Jalen Hurts could go play for Jacksonville or Seattle or Houston and have any success. So, what's Hurts going to look like against that 49ers defense? He might look a little bit more like Dak Prescott than Patrick Mahomes.
And he ain't, I'm not going to say he's not healthy, but, he was a guy that's coming off an injury not too long ago, and getting banged up a little bit, Giants didn't put too much pressure on him, if any. So playing that defense, we cannot predict injuries, and I don't want to see any player injured. But you can try to allow for a player's, his tendency to get injured. So, and playing in a game like this, he's going to get banged up. Great stuff, guys. We've got a couple of discounts. Then we're going to go into free plays in time enough for you to take advantage of all the free winners you're going to get on the show today from Jesse, Dan, Matt, Dionne, and myself. Dionne, tell us about the discounts, please.
Yeah, so we have a couple of discounts going on right now. Today is $9 Monday over at Sports Memo and Wager Talk. That's right. You can get $9 plays from all of the cappers on Sports Memo and Wager Talk today for $9 Monday. And tomorrow is Tuesday, and you know what that means? That's $2 Tuesday, both over at Sports Memo and Wager Talk. Your $2 featured cappers for tomorrow are going to be Joe D'Amico, Ross Benjamin, and Kevin Thomas. You can get all of them for $2 a piece over at Sports Memo, or the best deal, get all three for just a low price of $5. And over at Wager Talk, our good buddy Jazz Ray, just $2. But the best deal is for $7. You can get all 4 big winners from 4 great cappers for just $7 from Sports Memo and at Wager Talk. So make sure you head on over to both of the sites tomorrow and pick up those $2 Tuesday plays. And also, we have a new one that just started today for myself or Joe. You can get a 7-day all-access, all-sports pass for just $59. All you have to do is use code PASS7 upon checkout, and that gets you 7 days all sports from either myself or Joe for $59. And our good buddy, Pavlos.
The Greek god of soccer.
He has a big 5% play going off tomorrow on Tuesday. He is 3-0 last week in his 5% plays. So also while you're there picking up the $2 Tuesday plays, pick up Pavlos' 5% play for tomorrow in South, because he was 3-0 last week in 5% plays.
Great stuff. Guys, real quick, I want you to know there's gonna be some changes with the formats of Sports Memo TV upcoming. There'll be some announcements. Have no fear. You can still be able to see all your favorite cappers. Now, I do want you to know the First Family Show isn't going too far. We will still be coming at you. We'll still have a morning show. We still have all the great guests from Sports Memo, Wager Talk, and maybe even some other surprises. We are going to be having, depending on the season, ex-pro football, pro baseball, pro basketball, some big college guys coming on the shows. I've already locked guys in for the next few months. I will tell you that. But there will be some minor changes, but don't worry about it. It will depend on Joe and Dionne D'Amico to bring you the First Family Show. We're very excited about that. All that, guys, let's get right into some free plays. He is always a leaderboard fixture everywhere he is, but over at Sports Memo, man, you guys that go over to Sports Memo, look at the leaderboards, Jesse Schule's name is always there. We could talk about the last few decades, but let's specifically talk about his run since August. One of the hottest cappers on the planet. He is over at Sports Memo, Jesse Schule. Plus, I believe, Jesse, I know as of last week you were number 1 NFL. Am I correct?
Number 1 NFL for 2022. Number 1 all football, college, and NFL for 2022. And number 1 in soccer for 2022 and 2023.
Wow, look at that.
And I've got a big 4-star soccer play going off in a couple hours here in the English Premier League.
All right. He's going to tell you, obviously, he's telling you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what you can expect from him on the premium side of Sports Memo. He's got a free best bet. Jesse Schule, take it away, buddy.
All right. Well, I did just say that I do have that 4% soccer play going this afternoon. And for my best bet, we're going to look at college hoops, the ACC conference. We got a 5-3 Duke team on the road at a 1-7 Virginia Tech team. Looks a little bit counterintuitive that Virginia Tech is actually asked to cover a few points here, despite their 1-7 record. However, the Hokies have lost 5 games in conference play by 5 points or less. They're coming off a 1-point loss at Clemson. And if you look at the history between these two teams, Virginia Tech has won 4 of their last 5 home games against Duke straight up. Duke comes in 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 road games. Duke is 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 overall. This Duke team just isn't as good as it was last year and in previous seasons. History tells us that the home team is 9-3 against the spread in the last 12 head-to-head meetings. However, there is potential for a close game here. I like Virginia Tech to get the straight-up win. I don't think there's a lot of value in laying 2 or 3 points here. I'm going to say take the Hokies on the money line to get the outright win on their home court by hook or by crook.
Jesse Schule, leaderboard fisher over at Sports Memo, says Hokies Moneyline. Right now, right before the show, Jesse said a 2.5. So Jesse says go Moneyline. It is a winner. If you follow Jesse, you will be a winner. Go over to Sports Memo after the show. The best customer appreciation discounts on the planet are at Sports Memo. Follow Jesse. You're going to follow him to the bank. It is $9 Monday. Tomorrow's $2 Tuesday. We got great discounts all over the place. And check out that deals page. Make sure you check out the deals page. Jesse's going to stick around if you have any questions or comments for him. And yes, he is wearing pants, so don't even waste your time. I love Jesse. You love Jesse. Let's go to my good friend, Dan Kaiser. You know, Dan is a fan favorite as well as a favorite of Dionne and myself on this show and a lot of other shows he does at Sports Memo TV. He does great work. One of the brightest guys in sports betting today. And I've got to tell you, I love him. He couldn't do one of the shows on his early that he normally does this week, right?
No.
So
he's filling in today.
He's filling in today.
Brandon.
Oh, he's actually filling in. I'm sorry. He's filling in. Brandon was traveling. Brandon, safe travels to you. We miss you, buddy. We'll see you Wednesday, I think.
He was nice enough to come on
Dan was nice
Monday
enough
morning
to fill in.
join us, to fill in for Tokyo
To
Brandon
join
today.
us and show me that he got a haircut. But I will tell you this, just like Moneyline Matt got his haircut about a month ago, they didn't take any of the hair they cut off, stuck it in a bag, and FedEx it to me overnight. Those suckers, I'll tell you that. Pisses me off, you know, guys. I got great eyebrows, but no hair. My good friend Dan Kaiser is doing great work over at Sports Memo. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what you can expect from him on the premium side. He's got a free best bet. Dan Kaiser, take it away, my friend.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Yeah, it was a good week last week. Over the 7 days, I had five of the 7 days were winning days and profitable days. So things, just, with football winding down, the other sports are starting to pick up, and I'm kind of getting back in the groove with the other sports. My play today, free play, I'm looking at a total in the Columbus Blue Jackets Calgary Flames game. Columbus comes in scoring just 2.57 goals a game, and they gave up 3.89 goals, whereas the Flames score just a little over 3 goals a game at 3.11, and they allow under 3 goals at 2.96. Both these teams have struggled with consistency on the offensive end. The under is 4-1-1 in the last 6 games between these two teams, as well as 6-2 in the past 8 in Calgary. Calgary has gone under the number in 4 straight after a win, and Calgary is 9-4 to the under in the last 13 games overall. I just look at this as a low-scoring game, as both teams do struggle to score goals, and Calgary has a goaltender that can be a lead at times. So I'm taking the under 6.5.
Dan Kaiser doing great work over at Sports Memo, says under 6.5 Blue Jackets Flames. Dan is a winner. You will be too if you follow him, as I said. And I say it over and over again because it is true. Doesn't make it any less true. The best customer appreciation discounts on the planet are at Sports Memo. Go follow Dan with one of those great discounts. He is a winner. Jesse, do me a favor. Guys, I got to tell you, can't show you the picture, but Jesse just showed me a picture of him, and he's definitely not wearing pants right now. I appreciate that, Jesse. Thanks a lot. Oh, my goodness.
Well, I'm in Thailand, Joe.
I got to love you, Jesse. I got to love you. Not wearing pants.
Wait, does that mean just because you live in Thailand, nobody wears pants?
No, just
That's
Jesse.
right. That's actually right. Nobody wears pants.
Nobody wears pants. I love Jesse. Dan, let me go back to Dan. Gotta have fun on this show. Dan's doing great work. Follow him with the best customer appreciation. You're not with me for my linguistical talents. Customer appreciation discount. He is a winner. Speaking of winners, my good friend Moneyline Matt. He's one of the sharpest guys in sports betting. He's really in demand. He's doing a lot of shows over at Wager Talk TV. Does a lot of stuff at Sports Channel TV. As a matter of fact, Matt and I will be sharing a panel later in a new movie called Just the Boys. No, I'm kidding. Where it's Matt and I got him good. Matt and I will be sharing a panel later on the Triple Double Show with Ronald Shebang, Kabang. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. By the way, Matt, during the show, remind me to tell Ronald, I just got an invite to some huge memorabilia and card expo coming in town. It's like some big thing coming in town. I got to talk about it. I'll get the information. I'll talk about it in here. Ronald collects cards. I collect a lot of cards and memorabilia.
Yeah, Ron got me into it too. I've been collecting for about 5-6 months now as well. So,
and I am bad with it. I have an entire storage unit filled with sports memorabilia and sports cards. As a matter of fact, I know you guys know after in about a month or so ago, somebody clipped a lock on one of our storage units. He went a cursory, started pulling stuff out. He stole like my son's toys old toys in there. He didn't go any further back. There's hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of memorabilia and baseball cards in there, and I'll tell you that. So we got a little lucky there, but I'm looking to unload my cards. It's too much. I pay $350 a month for a storage unit just to house sports memorabilia and sports cards. Really, it's like $325 a month. Been doing that for years, and there's no room in the thing. It's 20 by 15 by 15, so that goes to show you how much crap I got. Having said all that, my good friend Moneyline Matt was sharing a panel later. I believe 10 a.m. Pacific,
Yes.
1 p.m. Eastern. Mayhem, Ronald, kabang, shebang. Ronald, shebang. I'm batting zero today. I'm a little dyslexic, guys. It's a Monday. Bear with me. We're going to be talking a couple of NBA games, a free best bet. Tune into that 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. We go live. It should be some fun. Never know what to expect when you get the three of us together. It's like what do you call them? The Three Stooges. So Matt is doing some great work. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what you can expect from him on the premium side. He's got a free best bet. Matt, take it away.
Yeah, I appreciate it as always, Joe. And today we're going to talk about the San Francisco 49ers traveling on the road to face off against the Philadelphia Eagles. And if you've been following this show or following me at all this NFL season, you already know my pick for the Eagles and 49ers this weekend. Real quick, got to shout out the chat. You guys are awesome. As always, appreciate you commenting, putting picks, plays, everything. Roger, I'm definitely getting a little depressed now that the NFL is ending as well. But we got a couple games to break down still. And for this one, you guys already know I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers. You've heard me talk about it all season long. And with the Philadelphia Eagles, the position that they are currently in is something that I think a lot of cappers expected this season. On the outside looking in, when you started with the Philadelphia Eagles in the preseason, they had one of the top 3 easiest schedules throughout the NFL. And, they took advantage of that fully. You still have to go out and win those games, no doubt. But towards the back half of the season for the Philadelphia Eagles, they really haven't been tested by teams that are upper echelon within the NFL. The toughest team that they probably played was the Green Bay Packers, and they won 40-33 at home. Yes, they lost to the Dallas Cowboys on the road without Jalen Hurts, but it's a little different when it's situational like that, just because you're already locked up in terms of playoff positioning, things like that. And now that they face a team like the 49ers, I think the 49ers can very much sneak up on them. This is the best defense in all of football. In my eyes, this is the best defensive line in all of football on top of that. And you have 2 key guys with Nick Bosa, who locks down that edge. He rushes the quarterback, does a little bit of everything. He's someone who's nearly as fast as Jalen Hurts as well, so he can take an angle and try and keep Jalen Hurts from turning that corner and picking up key first downs. And then another guy is Eric Armstead. Eric Armstead is very tall, very good at batting down balls, very good in that run support, locking down that middle. And that's one thing for the Philadelphia Eagles, where if you can shut down their run game early, you can get them frustrated. Then the game comes down to Jalen Hurts and his arm. And Jalen Hurts has shown that he is very capable in terms of making plays with his arm and, getting outside the pocket, making throws on the run, a little bit of everything. But D'Amico Ryans is probably the best defensive coordinator in the entire NFL right now. And I personally believe that he is going to have a great game plan for Jalen Hurts in this matchup. You saw what he did to Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys like those little 5-yard hitch routes. Twice Dak Prescott was picked off with those 5-yard hitch routes, which are not easy to do. That comes schematically. And then in addition to that, you saw D'Amico Ryans tuning up the blitzes. He was running zone blitzes. He was running man blitz schemes. He would come in and run 4. He would fake. So I think this is something that Jalen Hurts personally just has not seen up until this point of the season, because the best defense that he's faced over the past, 5-6 weeks has been the Dallas Cowboys. And, and that was a different game. That was with Gardner Minshew. So really Jalen Hurts hasn't even faced that tough of a matchup. And then you go on the other side with the San Francisco 49ers, and I'm very understanding to what everyone is saying about Brock Purdy. He's a rookie. He's due to make some mistakes, a little bit of everything. But I personally beg to differ with that just because of the head coach, Kyle Shanahan. I could spend an entire show saying why Kyle Shanahan should be the head coach of the year. He should take home that award, but we won't do that right now. But again, I think Kyle Shanahan has protected Brock Purdy incredibly well since he's come into the game. This San Francisco team is doing this with 3 quarterbacks throughout the entire year. They've had their starting running back go down in Elijah Mitchell. They bring in Christian McCaffrey, so they're able to balance this offense very well. They're able to protect Brock Purdy, by rushing the football with Christian McCaffrey. They're able to protect the football with guys like Elijah Mitchell, who is also back. You saw him having a good game just last night. He's kind of like the thunder to the lightning with Christian and Elijah once again. And then again, you got George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, all making plays. When you run the football, you incorporate that play action attack on top of that. And once again, I don't think this Eagles team has seen a team as balanced as this 49er squad. I actually think it's a bad thing that this Eagles team faced off against the New York Giants last week, because that New York Giants team was absolutely trash. And I think that says a lot of things about the Minnesota Vikings as well. So again, the 49ers are the battle-tested team. This is the team that has faced far tougher competition coming into this matchup on top of that. So for me, it's 49ers money line. I don't need the points. I'm going with the 49ers all day here. I think they get this done on the road against Jalen Hurts. And I think we see a San Francisco 49ers and Cincinnati Bengals Super Bowl.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love this kid, Moneyline. Matt does great work. He breaks down the game like no other I've seen in the business. Go follow him after the show. You'll follow him to the bank. By the way, Matt, 3 items. Number 1, so yesterday morning I was going to put some bets in, and I go to a couple places. I usually the start or finish at the Orleans, and the Orleans is right down the street from the house, guys. It's a little mom and pop hotel and casino. It's a nice casino for locals, so to speak. It's a locals casino. I saw plus 1250 on the Bengals to win the Super Bowl.
What?
I was getting 12.5 to 1 yesterday morning. And who was the other team I had? And I was actually even tempted just to take, because I had the Cowboys plus 12.5 to 1 as well. I figured it's worth the value. Maybe they get lucky. But I did put I had to do it like in increments. 200. I put a dime on it just to, because I think you're on the right side there. Great breakdown, great stuff from one of the sharpest minds of sports betting today. Guys, the best customer appreciation discounts are at Sportsman. Follow Moneyline Matt. And if you like what you hear, tune in later today. I'm just all over the board, guys. Himself, myself, Ronald, I'm babbling, guys. And Ronald Kabang will be doing the triple double show. 2 more items I want you to know, Matt. And you know what's funny is it seems like every other play Christian McCaffrey was involved in yesterday. It seemed like it. Mm-hmm. I went back and double checked because I said to my wife, I said, Dionne, it seems like coming out of the backfield or getting a block or running the ball, this Christian McCaffrey, you just hear his name or see him on every play. And at that point, he only had like 40-something yards total, receptions and yards on the ground. And you're like, geez, but there's such valuable yards. I think he finished with 57 total yards combined receiving and rushing. But yet there's such valuable yards. Knowing he's in the backfield keeps any defense they're going to face very, very honest because he's so dangerous. Yeah. Legs, hands, and he's a very good blocker, very smart guy. And you never see him, first down. He's just a guy that does his work, does it well. Good stuff. I love it. You love it. By the way, Matt, real quick, I don't know if we talked about this. I know D'Amico Ryans. I know him for many years. I proposed to him. We were going to get married. We didn't because he would be known as D'Amico, So having said that, I said that to one. There was another D'Amico before that. There's like 3 D'Amico guys that had first names D'Amico. Who was the other one, Matt?
Oh, for what? I'm sorry.
There was another player named D'Amico, first name D'Amico. I remember it. I can't. I'll punch it up. But I ran into him. Here in Vegas, big guy. Ran into him. I just want you to know if we were to get married. And he says, "You're Joe D'Amico." We were talking. Joe D'Amico. I said, "Yeah. If we were to get married, you would be known as D'Amico." He says, "What makes you think?" God, I'm looking at the guy. He's like a foot and a half taller than me. He says, "What makes you think I would be the woman in the wife in the relationship?" I said, "You kidding me? If we were in jail, you'd be my wife." He laughed his ass off. We had a lot of fun. But guys, we have a lot of fun.
If you married him, you wouldn't have to change your last name.
That's not funny. I would still be the man. That's it. The only reason why I married you was I felt bad because you had that horrible last name. Anyway, having said that, guys, I want to talk about the First Lady of Las Vegas, who, if you're following her the last 7 days over at Sports Memo, if you bet $100 a game, you'd be up over $1,500. Right now, Dionne is doing college football. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Such a habit. Pro football, college basketball, pro basketball, and NHL, correct?
Yes.
Okay. She's doing 4 sports currently. And so this discount for Dionne, the 7-day all sports pass, $59. Whether you bet $5 a game or $5,000 a game, this will give you a return on an investment. 7 days, 4 sports. She's all over the leaderboards. $100 bettors with $1,500 the last 7 days. She's going to tell you what you can expect from her on the premium side of Sports Channel. She's got a free best bet. Mrs. D'Amico, take it away.
Thank you.
I got the last word. Yeah.
As Joey did mention, I am having a great run right now. Actually, yesterday I went 4-1 in 3 different sports. As a matter of fact, I'm the number 3 capper the last 3 days in all sports, hitting 70%, going 7-3-1. And today I have isolated just one big winner for you today in my NCAA basketball crusher play. It's posted over at Sports Memo right now for just $9 for $9 Monday. And this is also the perfect time to go ahead and take advantage of that 7-day all sports, all access for just $59 by using the code PASS7 upon checkout. And for my free play today, we're going to the Mountain West where the New Mexico Lobos travel to Lawler Event Center to face the Nevada Wolfpack. Both teams are playing some great ball this season. New Mexico, they entered this matchup on a 4-game win streak with the total going over in 7 of their last 10 games. During that win streak, the Lobos put up 82, 76, 77, and 81 points. And following a straight-up win, the over is 6-2 in New Mexico's last 8. Nevada, they did suffer a 77-62 loss at Boise State, but they have won 7 of their last 10 games overall. And in 5 of those victories, the Wolfpack scored 74 or more points, with the total going over in 3 straight and 7 of their last 8 overall. And following a straight-up loss, the over is 5-2 in Nevada's last 7. When playing at home, though, the Wolfpack are money, going over in all 4 of their last 4 games at Lawler Event Center. And like I said earlier, both teams are playing some really great ball right now, as both the Lobos and the Wolfpack each have 3 big men scoring in double digits. Actually, in a matter of fact, these 2 teams score an average of 154.8 points per game. That's 9.8 points more than this matchup's total today.
Huh.
So I expect a ton of points to be scored in this matchup today. So I'm going to go ahead and take the over 145.
First Lady of Las Vegas says over 145. Lobos, Wolfpack. She knows this conference. She knows those totals in college basketball. She is a winner. $100 bettors are up. $1,500 just the last 7 days in 4 sports you contribute to. 4-1 overall in 3 sports yesterday.
Yep,
4-0.
4-1 yesterday in 3 different sports. And like we did mention earlier, right now I am the number 3 capper the last 3 days, hitting 70%.
That is pretty damn good. And I've got to tell you, that is amazing. Actually, the last 3 days you're 7-3-1. That is pretty good stuff.
Thank you.
And she didn't give me one damn winner. We've been married 22 years, guys. I want you to know how lucky you
pay
are.
for those.
Follow. I'm already paying. When you got to follow her, you follow her all the way to the bank. She is a winner. Sports fans, I got a couple things I'd like to say. I'm going to take the floor in a minute. So real quick, once again, today's $9 Monday over at Sports Memo and Wager Talk. You know, our brother website, you get some of the best cappers on the planet's highest rated place for $9 today. I messed up. I think I put one of my games up for $7, but that was early this morning and before I had my second pot of coffee. Tomorrow is $2 Tuesday. We know that. Myself, Ross, Kevin Thomas, each one of us $2. We're all 3 for 5. And then our good buddy Jez Ray, he's the sweetest guy.
He is.
He came right up to us at the meet and greet. He said, I got to give you guys a hug. I love you guys. I watch your show all the time. And he always retweets everything that we put up. He's a sweet guy, but he is a winning capper, man. Check out his numbers over Woodruff. His is $2. So you get 4 winning cappers plays, 4 of the best cappers on the best websites in this business for $7. You can't beat that with a bat. And the Joe and Dionne discount, the lovers discount. It's, pretty soon Valentine's Day. What do you get me for Valentine's Day?
I am your gift.
I want chocolate. I want chocolate. I want chocolate and flowers. That's all I'm saying. Guys, 7 days for Dionne or myself, $59. Use code PASS7 upon checkout. My good buddy Pablos Lagunetos, 5-0 last week, 3% plays. 3-0, 5.
3-0 last
I'm
week.
batting 0 today.
Plays.
I really am.
5% going off tomorrow.
Yeah, you'd have to correct me. All right. All right. So he's 3-0 last week, 5% plays. All right. I want to get into my play today. I am excited about. But first, guys, I am documented 7-2 in premium releases with my NFL sides the past few weeks. I will be a $2 Tuesday feature capper this week. I'm going to continue my domination of the NFL postseason and release a big game in one of the 2 conference championships. That's what you can get for $2. I'm going to tell you right now, this would be a game of the month. I'm going to tell you right now, it will be a game of. We don't do games of the year, which one, but this will be a game of the year caliber. I'm telling you right now, because I love both conference games. I want to decide which one I'm going to put out. I promise you that. Be sure to take advantage of that for just $2. But honestly, I do recommend grabbing the 3 featured cappers. Myself, Ross, Kevin, all 3 of us for $5. That is the steal. I mean, the deal of the century. Just for tonight, my homage to J-Lo. Just for tonight, I have the biggest matchup on the college hoops board in Big 12 action. Kansas Baylor winner posted. I put up for $7. Sorry, $9 guys. I apologize. Accident. But I wasn't going to take it back because I already got a bunch of buys. Start the week off with a big winner here. Now, I know one of our viewers asked about this game. We'll see if somebody else wants to chime in about it. If you got any questions or comments after my rundown, after my analysis, we will answer some questions and comments. But as far as my free play today, I really like this game. This is one of the games we're going to be covering on the round table segment of the triple double later today. And I already had this written up because I really like this game, guys. I get up very early in the morning. As a matter of fact, while farmers are fast asleep in their beds, Joe D is awake and working. I can tell you that babe, this is the wrong game.
What's that?
This is the wrong game.
Why?
This is not the game I got. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. See? Guys, we're having a wrong game.
You have the Atlanta.
Let me try this again. Let me try this again. We're batting 0, and I don't drink, guys. I have not drank.
Maybe you should start.
Maybe I should start. My friends, I get up early in the morning. As for a matter of fact, while farmers are fast asleep in their beds, I am up and working, and I can tell you that early money came in the Chicago Bulls share, and why not? On paper, the Bulls are the smarter play, but I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Pro basketball is not played on paper. It is played on the hardwood. 2 different things. This is not a popularity contest. This is about who makes you money. This is Chicago's first game since the January 19th contest in which they won and covered 126-108 over, sorry, Matt, a very poor Detroit opponent. That game was played in Paris, France, and I do expect this team to have a little bit of jet lag here, a little fatigue, a little travel fatigue. It's not easy. You know, when you're going across a couple of states, it's one thing. When you're going across the world, it is another. I do expect this team to be very jet-lagged. As of this morning, Bogdanovich is listed as questionable. Many of you know he missed the last game due to a knee issue. Rumor has it he will suit up and play here, but those are just rumors prior to the show beginning. I don't know if something has changed prior to doing this show or this video. Always do your due diligence, folks, and check injuries prior to putting up any wagers, particularly in the NBA, where we know anything can change drastically in a matter of moments, let alone hours. Having said that, traditionally we look to fade the Hawks on the road. Well, they've covered 3 of the last 4 away from home. Not only that, but they've been money overall covering 4 of their last 5. Their last game, a Saturday night loss at home, 122-118 at the hands of the Hornets, tells me this team's going to bounce back very strongly here. They usually do after a tough loss, guys. Go back and check this season. They are very good. Even recent years, over a tough loss, they come back with a vengeance. They're very good at that. Guys, they've taken 2 of the last 3 meetings with the Bulls straight up. Looking at those 2 most recent meetings, both in December, Atlanta took a 1-point overtime victory at home and then a 2-point loss 10 days later, also at home. These squads play one another very tough. They really do. I expect a very physical game, which benefits both. I'll tell you why, because both rank in the top 5 in the NBA in free throw percentage. Guys, I put a lot of stock in free throw percentage. I really do. Now, I do think a big mismatch here will benefit the Hawks is the fact that they counter Chicago's very good three-point shooting offense with the 4th-ranked three-point defense in the league. The Bulls heavily rely on scoring points from where beyond the arc. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this breakdown, I feel Chicago will be jet-lagged, fatigued, tired. By the way, Atlanta's pretty good playing off 1 day's rest, covering 4 of the last 5 in that situation. I'm going to go against the grain here and take the Hawks, folks. Right now, before the show started, they were +1. I don't know if the line moved since. I don't know Bogdanovich's status as of this show. Okay? So I just want you to know, always do your due diligence. Just because you see sometimes we put these show, we do the show at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern. A lot of things can change in a matter of minutes, let alone hours in the NBA. So do your due diligence. Take that. As far as I'm concerned, guys, tomorrow's my $2 Tuesday play. It will be one of the conference championships. I do love both sides. 7-2 playoff sides. The last 9, I want to tell you right now, will be one of the sides. It will be a winner. I'm going to continue to win there. Follow that, or just take the 7-day all-access pass on the Dionne and myself. It's $59. Use code PASS7 upon checkout. I was batting 0 today. You know what it was? We only made 1 pot of coffee today.
Yes.
Who was drinking the Corsini today?
Yes.
The Corsini usually zips me up, then I crash a little bit. Having said that, guys, and I did say the S word a minute ago, we got some questions and comments, and then we're going to run down free plays. So let me think. Dak is on his way to Curacao. What does that mean? Where does that mean, chip player? What does that mean? Matt, do you have any idea?
I'm guessing it's some island in the middle of nowhere.
Well, I know it's an island. We've been there, but I don't know what that means. Does that mean that he's already like vacationing?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Well, I'll tell you this. A lot of them Cowboys before last week's game made reservations for tea times for this upcoming weekend. I'll tell you that. They knew that.
I think Stephon Diggs is with him. From what I heard, Stephon Diggs left the building right after that loss.
You know, that's another thing I want to tell you about Josh Allen. I'm not big on while the game is there's still time on the clock, players throwing hissy fits.
Yeah.
But while he was ranting and raving on the sideline, Josh Allen was just on the sidelines with his head down, with his damn jacket on. You know what, man? You're the leader of the team. Get up, confront him nicely, sidetrack that. Because obviously the game was, you know, they really didn't have the upper hand since the first seconds of the game. They never had the upper hand. But you know what? It's your job as a leader, all right, to fix the feeling going around on the sidelines and in the huddles. And if you got a player doing that, get off your ass, Josh Allen. You're supposed to lead this team. You can't lead them on the field, at least lead them on the sideline, and at least get that whole aura. Do something with that. Calm him down, reverse it. If you can't reverse it on the sideline, you'll never reverse it in the huddle or on the field, guys. I'm telling you now. That's another thing. That really pissed me off about him yesterday. It really did. I wasn't happy. I know his frustration. That guy Diggs is always frustrated about something. That guy needs to have sex, I'll tell you that. I don't think he's had sex in years because he's been angry for years. But I will tell you guys, honestly, in all sincerity, it is Josh Allen's job. The coach is coaching. The coaching staff are coaching to have their hands full. He was standing in front of Josh Allen. Josh Allen didn't move. He had his head like this, like a what do you call him? A beat mule or something, whatever the hell it is. No, honestly, Matt, he's supposed to get up, confront him, say, hey, we got a lot of guys on this squad on the sideline. Now, granted, he doesn't have to tell them we can't win this game. Oh, there's still time on the game. He can tell them whatever he wanted. But I'll tell you this, man, he just sat there like he was spent, man. That's horrible. The boys and the Bills, like the Maple Leafs, they're the most predictable every postseason. Anybody been happier if me and Matt's Lions gotten? I would have been happy, Eric. I would have been happy to see the Lions get in there. I think the Lions have a lot of heart. I think there's some talent on that team. I think they're
a fun team to watch. I'm really excited for them next year.
I really am too. I think they're one or two players away from really, really being a significant force. I think they're a good team, and they were fun to watch this year. You know, and I was happy for you, Matt, because I know how much you love your Detroit team. Yeah. But good news. The Pistons should do well because I heard they're moving them to the CFL. So don't worry about that. The CBA. Let's see. What's good? You all just pulled up and hit the like button and tailing Jesse blindly. He's earned my trust, and he did. Even if it, so, he loves you, Jesse. You got followers and people that love you. That because of your winning, and even when you don't, they still like your angles on the games.
Well, he's thinking to himself, if you can afford a piano like that in the background, you must be doing something right.
You got to love. You know, guys, Jesse, as you know, it's 14 hours later than us. You know, it's not even 9 a.m. here. So he's what is it, 1 a.m. there, Jess? Give or take?
Yeah, it's not quite midnight yet. Just shy of midnight.
When I'm up at 1 a.m., Jesse's already cooking his dinner. And I got to tell you, Jesse sends me a picture of his food all the time. And he's either doing that or he's sitting at the piano with a nice big, like, brandy snifter playing some Liberace stuff. He's very good. Dan, this is for you. Justin also said that he played the Blue Jackets plus a goal in there plus 120. Any comments, Dan?
To be honest, no. I just kept looked at the total on that one. I didn't really look at sides. When it comes to hockey, I only play a few sides.
Did you look at this game?
I did not.
She's a hockey person.
I did not even look at this game today.
Don't get mad, guys. I'd rather get a root canal without any anesthesia than watch hockey. It's not for me. I'm not going to put it down. It's just wow. Okay, Justin, I'm going to answer this myself. I have this as my as a premium play tonight. You know what? There is, when you look at this game, initially, there's arguments for both sides, but there's something that really turned the tables for me, compelled me to play, obviously, one of these teams. But this is going to be a good matchup. I'll tell you that. These teams certainly don't like each other. They have a lot of history. They know each other well. The coaches know each other well. It's going to be a great matchup tonight. To my good friend Roger. Roger said he's a little depressed today. He's looking for us to cheer him up. Football dwindling makes me sad. Well, Roger, I'm going to tell you what. I got one for you. Do you know? Don't feel too bad for Dak Prescott. He's going to be very comfortable this upcoming weekend watching the title game. You know why? Because he's going to be on a brand new sleep number bed. Very relaxed. By the way, guys, did you see this one? This one was great. It said Dak's new sleep number bed is his quarterback rating, 60.7. That's cold. That is cold, guys. Guys, listen. Poor Dak Prescott. I got to tell you, what was his contract, Matt? 125, 130 million?
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah, I know. He better ask for that money back.
He better ask for money. Jesse, Dan, I know Jesse and Dan. I know that Matt, because he's a sports nut, so to speak. Tom Seaver was the highest paid guy in baseball this one year, and he felt that he only went 11. I believe it was 11 and 10. He said, "Give me a pay cut this upcoming year. I didn't earn the money you gave me." Guys, I got to tell you something. Willie Mays did that, who was arguably the single greatest all-around baseball player that ever lived. Between him, DiMaggio, and Mantle, the three greatest all-around. I might even if he didn't have the mouth that he had, I might have even thrown Griffey Jr. in there as one of the greatest of all. He was certainly one of the greatest. I want to get some debate. But Mays is certainly one of the three greatest all-around baseball players. Took a pay cut one year. Can you imagine, Matt? Like literally one of these guys, like Dak Prescott, come in and say, "Guys, you know what? I pooped the bed again. Take back $10 million of it." I would love to see that.
We got to remember.
Go ahead.
We got to remember that Dak turned down a contract that would have made him the highest paid player in the league, and he said it wasn't good enough. So, he's a long ways from coming to them and saying, "I don't deserve my paycheck."
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I will tell you this though. I think there should be contingencies. If you get certain records or certain milestones, I give you a bonus. If you don't, you give me back some cash. I don't think it's a problem. I'm not going to get into some big argument. I watched some guys did that. What's his name? Bonami Jones. Is that him? Moneyline Matt? He does that show on TV.
Yeah.
Bonami Jones. He's an angry son of a gun. I'll tell you that. But he had a couple of good points about players and influence and how people say that LeBron has got power. He said he ain't got power. He's got influence. He ain't got no power. He says he ain't got no power. But having said that, I think that what's wrong with that? Hey, guys, if I don't show up to work, why should I get paid? I mean, if I have a legitimate sick day, I've got a flat tire, or if I still am not working. If some of these guys do not pay me. Anyway, Jesse Schule said, I won over 20. I think I won more than 20,000. I won about, 40,000 on Cincinnati. I was pissed that Josh Allen was trying. Actually, no, you know what, man? It pisses me off. A lot of things piss me off before breakfast, Jesse. I'll tell you that. But I will tell you this. It pisses me off. You got a guy that is supposed to be a team leader. Another guy ranting and raving up and down the sideline saying, "We suck, do this, F that, F this, F that." And the guy didn't get up. He's sitting on the sideline.
I would have taken great pleasure in that if I had that kind of money on the Bengals, to be honest with you.
No, you know what? No, I wasn't happy to see that. It makes me very sad for fans that are sitting in the stands at 30 degrees with the snow, with the wind chill 5, freezing their asses off, and watching him on the sideline like this. You know what? Get up and lead. Get up and lead. That's what a leader does. Because you know what? Next year, when they're in a situation like this, that's what the guys on the team are going to remember. I can never remember a guy like Montana who looked at the other 10 guys in the huddle and says, "We're going 96 yards in a minute 30. We're effing scoring." And everybody believed him. Let me tell you something. I'm sorry. It pisses me off. This guy is paid not just to perform on the field, but to lead his team. He's not a leader. He's not a leader. I'm sorry. The people in Buffalo deserve more. I bust people's balls a lot in Buffalo, but these are people that are diehard fans. They're amazing fans. They go to the games when the teams aren't winning. His first year in the league, they had a crappy team. What was that, 2018, Matt? I believe it was 2018. They had a crappy team. But yet people filled the stands. They're in the parking lot hours before in zero weather.
They're out there freezing their
giving their teams their heart, their soul, their blood. And you know what? He's on the sideline with his head. Get up. Get up. I don't care if there's 2 seconds on the clock. And if you're down 35 points, get up. Show some pride. Lead the damn team.
Look at Trevor Lawrence. After the game, he walked into the tunnel to go back into the locker room. He stood there waiting for each guy to come
Every
through.
player.
And every player, he high-fived,
And he
smacked
hugged.
him on the butt, told him what a great job he did. You know, there's the difference there.
Let me tell you something,
they lost, they put up a hell of a fight, you know, and yet he was still there in a great mood, you know, telling his guys what a great job they did.
Athletic ability and intelligence play a huge part in success on the fields, guys. It really does. But character also wins ball games. It also gets people to lead you. All right. When you listen to me, I'm going to tell you something, Matt. Listen, I always talk about being a 3-time Gold Glove winner, a 7th-degree black belt. I caught a lot of ass whoopings growing up. But I got to tell you this. I remember one time I was fighting. There was a guy on the corner of the Smith Projects, which were right down the block from our house. It was this big apartment complex. There may be 20 buildings. And I had an argument with like 5 guys. One guy hit me with a metal garbage can over the back of my head. I went down. You know what I did? I punched the guy who was standing up there as they were kicking me. He went down. I bit him through his pants. I bit another guy's ankle. Fight! Friggin' get up and fight, Josh Allen. It pisses me off. Fight! I've taken beatings. I've taken a lot of beatings. But nobody that ever fought me that beat me didn't go home limping. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. No, then it's right. You fight to the last second on the clock. That's all. That is it. And that, you know, I'm sorry. It pisses me off. And I do feel bad for the people in Buffalo. Because there ain't always next year, guys. This is the best it's going to get if that guy's at the helm. Get rid of him. Get some money for him and get yourself somebody in there that at least can lead. I'll take a guy. You know, you talked about Trevor Lawrence. That's character. And I got to tell you something. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is the quarterback, the athletic quarterback that Josh Allen is. I think he's a good quarterback, but character leads. And Josh Allen's got no character. You showed us, Josh. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks. He said they stunk all day. He said they stunk all day. Detroit deserves success. And my good friend, I ain't going to read it. Fuzzy Congo. That's a great name for an adult film star. Jerry Jones got burnt for that money. We see how it's a real big waste. It said, you know what? You're right. Fuzzy. Fuzzy. Do I call you Fuzzy or do I call you Mr. Conballs? Guys, let me get some closing thoughts and comments. I ranted today, but you know Mondays, and I got to tell you, it does bother me. Guys, it bothers me when a guy doesn't leg out a ground ball to first base. Run it out. Guy, you know, throws are overthrown. First baseman miss it every once in a while. Leg it out, you son of a gun. It's not just you're getting paid. It is your sport. You did this as a kid. You never see a kid in Little League not leg out a frigging ground ball. They run the right field. They run to the parking lot. It doesn't matter how far they were out by. It's the same thing, man. Josh Allen, you're just a heartless son of a gun. I won because you're heartless, but I don't like that you're heartless because I think the people in Buffalo deserve more. Having said that, Jesse, closing thoughts and comments.
I just sure hope that Ross Benjamin isn't watching this show today because his blood pressure would be through the roof. And to be honest with you, I think somebody should do a wellness check on Ross right now after what happened yesterday.
Guys, we love Ross, and as you know, Ross, one of the best handicappers in the history of this business. He is a big Buffalo Bills fan, and I'm not abusing the Bills fans. I feel bad for them. It's cold up there. They go to every game. They go, I always be some of the best tailgaters in the world, some of the best food in the world. Go talk about the garbage plate. A lot of people don't know what a garbage plate is. Look that one up, guys. But I will tell you, they deserve more than a guy sitting on the sidelines. And let me tell you something. My son did that, and when I coach his teams, I kick him in the ass. Just get on the field. Get on the field. You don't do it. Or you know what? Sorry, we got some extra cheerleader uniforms. Go put one of those on. You know what? Don't be a little whatever. All right, Dan Kaiser, I know you're going to say something. Say it away. It's all you, baby.
That's just a good thing you're not a White Sox fan, because actually that's what TLR, the great Tony La Russa, told his team. You know, if it looks like a routine ground ball, you don't have to run hard to first base because we don't want you to, because you guys have tired legs. We don't want you to get hurt. So there you go.
Let me tell you something. Still to this day, from home to first base, the fastest guy ever was Mickey Mantle, who had bad legs. I would have loved to see him not run one out. I'll tell you that. In pain. You know, and that's another thing. These NBA guys, Larry Bird's looking at these injured lists every day, Moneyline Matt, and he's going, resting his hamstring, huh? Oh, they're a playoff-bound team, huh? Resting his hamstring? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You know, Moneyline Matt, closing thoughts and comments.
So great to come on and break down the card with everyone. As always, got some big games this weekend. One last thing I wanted to touch on is, for me, it's the San Francisco 49ers. So you can still find some value, and I find some of the value in the MVP bets. So a lot of the times they do go with the quarterback. But for me, I actually plugged in a Christian McCaffrey. Last week I did it, plus 2,000 MVP future. So again, if you think your team, or if you think you have a good idea on what team is going to win the Super Bowl, you can always go with that MVP instead and get a couple, maybe a little bit better odds, because if in fact it wasn't the 49ers, or maybe it was, say, the Chiefs or something along those lines, Bengals, you can definitely lay some money on someone like Joe Burrow, get a little bit better of odds. The Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes get a little bit better of odds. And that's a way that in the past I found some value. If it gets long enough and you don't want to take that straight Super Bowl future, you can always do an MVP instead.
Great stuff from Moneyline. Matt, guys. Yes, I took my glasses off because I was very, very upset about this whole thing with Josh Allen. I know I get passionate. I know I get obnoxious about it. It doesn't make me wrong, guys. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. It's a sport and a business. I get it. But the sport in you and the business in you should always try. It just pisses me off. That's all. It pisses me off. I don't get paid to do that. I get up every morning, even days that I do the show, even days when I don't feel good or I'm tired. That I'm not. You know what I am comparing it to? I am comparing it to whatever you do in life. You get up and you do it. Matt, I'm gonna bring it up again. I had a big argument with Jim Kelly in this room after we played golf. He was looking at my stuff. First of all, he told me auto racing was a sport. It's like playing bowling is a sport. It's not a sport. Not a sport if you could have asthma and still be good at it. Leave me alone, guys. Not a sport. My father is 90 years old. I want to see anybody in NASCAR do what he can do at 90 on a city street with a car. That's what I want to see. My father's the best car driver I've ever seen. All right, having said that, but I want to tell you, I got into it one more time with Jim Kelly. We played golf, came home. We got into it about auto racing. All right. So having said that, we then got into it about Thurman Thomas. He was a great athlete. He took himself out of the Super Bowl with stomach cramps. Excuse me. My wife gets stomach cramps every month of the year. She doesn't say, I don't want to get up today. You know what, man? She got stomach cramps. That same season, Emmitt Smith played 4 games with a separated shoulder against the 4 best defenses in the NFL. Never missed a play. There's a difference. There's a difference between winners, money players, fun players, winners, character. Huge difference, guys. I'm sorry. Let's run down the free plays, get you on out of here. After I ranted and raved, somebody said, Joey's just love one of your. I appreciate you get up and. Oh, Rick. Rick said, oh, Rick, we love you. Thank you. You know what? We get up because I enjoy doing this. Plus, you guys give me a platform so I can rant and rave every day. Because my wife, she just gets into the car and she leaves me for a few hours. But we appreciate all you guys. We really do. And like I said, there's going to be some changes on Sports Memo TV. But don't you guys worry. The First Family Show ain't going nowhere. You're going to be able to see us with the same great panel of experts for years to come. We'll tell you what's going to be happening. We're very excited about it. But we ain't going anywhere. Let's run down the free plays, guys. I know I babbled a lot today, but it's Monday. Jesse Schule, what'd you have for everybody today, baby?
The Hokies straight up by hook or by crook.
All right. I love them. Dan Kaiser.
Columbus, Calgary, under 6.5.
That good-looking son of a gun, Moneyline Matt.
You already know we got the San Francisco 49ers straight up against the Philadelphia Eagles.
The First Lady of Las Vegas.
I am going Lobos Wolfpack over the 145 today.
My name is Lobo. And your sexy and savory host said the Atlanta Hawks tonight, plus the points. I just like them to win. I think they're going to win the game, guys, by a basket or 2. Dionne, can you take us on out of here, please?
I sure can. So don't forget, today is $9 Monday over at Sports Memo. You can get, and Wager Talk, actually. You can get $9 plays from all of the amazing cappers for today on all of their plays, both over at Sports Memo and Wager Talk. And don't forget, tomorrow is $2 Tuesday. Your featured cappers are going to be Joe D'Amico, Ross Benjamin, and Kevin Thomas over at Sports Memo. You can get them each for $2, or the best deal, get all 3 for the low price of just $5. And our good friend Jazz Rays over at Wager Talk, his $2 Tuesday play is also available tomorrow. But the best deal is actually pick up all 4 of the big plays for just $7 from these 4 great, amazing cappers tomorrow. And we also do have the deal that just started today for myself or Joe, where you can get a 7-day all-access, all-sports pass for just $59 by using code PASS7 upon checkout. And our good buddy Pavlos, he does have a big 5% play going off tomorrow. Last week in 5% plays, he was 3-0. So make sure while you're there picking up the $2 Tuesday plays and all the other plays from the amazing handicappers on the websites, pick up Pavlos's 5% play while you're there.
Wow.
And make sure you follow all of the amazing cappers on the First Family Show on Twitter, along with myself and Joe. And on behalf of Jesse, Dan, Moneyline, Matt, and us, this is the First Family of Vegas.
Sports fans, tune in about less than an hour. Myself, Matt, and Ronald Kabang will be doing the Triple Double Show. We're going to be covering 3 roundtable games and each have a best bet segment. And I am a guest. So those of you who know I'm a genius but can't stand me ranting and raving, I have very limited time to talk about my game. So tune into that. Everyone out there, good luck and have a winning day.